Oh my gosh, I am so excited. I just got a FedEx package from XProHeli, and I think this is my XP2, not really sure, but I'm gonna just tell you what everything I got in it. We're gonna do an unwrapping of. Looks like the first thing on the top is this bubble wrap that's, oh no, it's not the bubble wrap, it's the radio that's inside of it. This is really cool. So you get a DX8 because I got the GPS model. If you didn't get if you got the basic model, you're gonna get a DX6i, which is also a really cool radio. And oh god. Okay, there it is. The XP2. This is awesome. GPS comes with the props already installed on it. It's almost like I don't have to do anything at all. I could just charge up my batteries and put my GoPro on here. This is awesome. What is this stuff? There's this random box of boxes. I better figure out what this is, because you probably need all this stuff to fly the XP2. This box is just got a cord in it, and it's empty. What do I do with this cord? Do I have to plug that in? Here's a battery in here. Why do I need this battery? I'm about to tell you why. This battery and this box kind of go together. If you ever have to do a flash on your firmware and update your NASA board, then you'll use this cord to plug into your computer. You'll use this blue battery that you're going to have charged up all the way with your battery charger that's right here. You're going to go ahead and charge that up, and you're going to be able to plug your NAS in so you got power when you're doing your software or your firmware upgrade. With the new firmware, we don't have to do the jump start anymore. So we used to have to do like a jump start where we plug the little battery in and then put the big battery on. It was kind of a pain. With the new firmware, you don't have to do that anymore. DJI did a really good job and they fixed that problem. So I got a lanyard that says DX8 for my radio. I don't use these and I don't recommend using these. If you have this thing hanging around your neck and you bend over and accidentally throttle the thing up, you just, safety first, safety first. I always hold my radio like this, and then when I'm actually approaching it, I always hold my thumb so that it's holding the throttle down. There's no way it can throttle up. Even when it's in the safety mode, you can never be too safe. We have had people get hurt. There's some heat sink stuff in here, some voltage stuff in here that all goes with the receiver for the DX8. We don't really use it. Basically, we have a timer on the radio, and that's how we tell how long we should be flying. I don't trust the voltage stuff that's on the actual DX8. You get a little voltage meter. Now, a lot of people don't know how to use these, so it's pretty easy. I'm going to show you real quick how to do this, if I can find a battery. Oh, look, there's 4 batteries in here right here. Let's just open one of these up and see if we have these things charged up already. The answer is no, I know that, because we don't charge them up before we ship them because of the way that they are. They're about halfway charged, and that's how they hold their charge the best. So if you go ahead and you hold this little plug like this, so that you have the red wire at the top, and then you go ahead and you put this thing facing this way. It doesn't really matter if you plug it in wrong, it's just not going to work like that. But if you plug it in right and towards me, you're going to get a display. So as you can see right there, it's displaying the voltage on each cell, and then it's going to display the voltage overall. Oh, sorry. That's probably going to make it a little easier for you to read, but you'll see it'll cycle through all 3 cells because this is a 3-cell battery, and then it's going to give you the voltage on the total. And that's saying so all is 11.3. So it needs to be at about 12.4, 12.5 to be a fully charged battery. And so this is definitely not fully charged. You want to make sure that you put all your batteries on the charger, and we're going to have a video on how to work the charger if you can't figure that out. And make sure that they're all charged before you go out for your first flight. That way you can get the most flight time out of each one. Wow, this is a lot of stuff. I got an extra set of props in here. These are usually the first thing that I break when I fly these things. So we send an extra set of them. Just so you know, there are two different types of props. These two and these two spin in different directions. So if you look at the writing on the top of the prop, it says 10.4.7 P on this one, and this one says 10.4.7 nothing. So these are pushers and these are regular props that pull. So if you do have a question about it, you can always look at the motor, see which way it's turning. You just want to make sure you put the right prop on so it's pushing air down, not pushing air up based on the direction that it's turning. There's also a manual through DJI that shows you exactly how these props should turn. I think it's on page 32 of the PDF. And here we are with some more Spectrum stuff that we didn't use. You're more than welcome to use these things. These put ratchets on your throttle. If you want to have a ratchet on your throttle, that stuff's all in here. We did set all these things up, and we have test flow in every single one, so you don't need to mess with any of this stuff. You don't need to bind anything. You don't need to check your props or do anything. The one thing you could do if you're really a confident flyer and you're ready to go, take your props off one at a time and apply some Loctite to this nut. Put them back on. There's no Loctite on these. Everything else has Loctite on it except for the props. And then we just do those. You want to tighten those down almost as tight as you can by holding this and turning a ratchet or a wrench or something. A pair of pliers is going to, burr these things up and make them all gross, but you can use pliers if you want to. So I got some paperwork in here. I want to show you the coolest thing of all. That's not it. This is pretty cool though. Oh, I got a free XProHeli sticker. I'm going to put that on the back bumper of my car. DX8 stickers, they kind of come with all this. You got your manual for your DX8. With this, you've got from Horizon Hobbies, your Spectrum. So these are all the manuals you're going to want. We do have inside here a little explanation that when you ordered this, the day that we shipped it, you're going to have gotten an email from us that explains to you that we have a bunch of videos on here. Not a bunch, but there's a few that are really valuable that aren't going to be available to the public. We will have assigned you a username and a password. You can go to our website, log in. You can go check out whatever video you want. There's a bunch of free ones on there, but there are some really, really in-depth ones that are going to be really helpful for you when you are having to replace parts or do anything troubleshooting, that type of stuff. So there's a packing list. This says everything I got with my GPS ready to fly. All this stuff, everything's in here. So it's kind of like Christmas right now, and I'm really excited. I want to go fly this thing. If you guys have any questions, feel free to contact us or whatever, but hopefully this has been helpful to you, and happy flying.